Just as good. Preparing live stream to meeting on YouTube. If this one doesn't go through, we're screwed. But
we're live. You're already live on YouTube right now.
Oh, it just came up?
Yeah. They just heard you. Say hello to everybody.
Nice.
Hi, Jerry. Welcome to the Suki and Scott show.
Wait, are we on? I can't see anything.
I am thrilled to be with you guys. Thanks for inviting me.
Hey, there we are, Jerry.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Jerry, I feel like I haven't seen you. I want to hug you. I want to kiss you. But I know we can't do that because we're social distancing.
And but this is 1,500 miles away. This is a ridiculous social distance because you're in up in Long Island, right?
Yeah.
And I'm down here in Florida.
Yeah.
And Scott's in Jersey.
Yes. I'm in Westchester. Scott's in Jersey. You're in Florida.
Yeah. It
how's the weather in Florida?
Oh, it got down to 84 today.
I think we're getting double audio, guys. Hold on.
Well, we don't have a big budget for the engineers.
No, we don't. We don't have a budget at all. It's one of these things that we're dealing with. Yeah, Scotty.
Well, we don't have a big budget for the engineers.
Oh. All right, we're back. Can you guys hear me? Everyone can hear me?
I can hear you. In fact, I can even see you.
Somebody has their volume up on their phones. I think that's what I'm hearing.
Oh, is that me? Hold on. You want me? Wait, if I turn down the volume.
Let me turn down the volume on my phone.
Everybody turn your volume down on your phones.
Totally?
What do you mean how? Use the button.
No, I gotta hear you. You know what I love? Is that you're as bad on this as I am.
Me, I'm just as bad as you.
Okay. Well, now I turned you down so I can barely hear you.
Scott, I think that was not the right call. Oh. I can't hear you now either.
I got this great idea. Here's my idea. And I'm going to show some.
Can you guys hear me?
Barely.
Go ahead, Jack.
My idea was, if you can figure this out, we could do this tomorrow. I'll even wear a different shirt. No, I got another shirt.
You'll be back tomorrow, Jerry? I think that's a good thing. I don't know.
I mean, I have time. I'm fine here.
I know you do. So what do you think about the current state of affairs? I mean, just, for the people that can hear us right now.
Well, what's going to be said that hasn't been said, but, the first thing, obviously, is you listen to the scientists, you listen to the doctors, and when they tell us to stay home, when they tell us to have social distancing, if you're in the New York State, New Jersey, Connecticut area, and they're telling you to stay home, then that's what you got to do, or in California. I mean,
what did you think about the Texas governor that says that we could just get rid of the old people? How do you feel about that in Florida?
Well, being 76 myself, I take a personal offense to that. I'm not looking that well. Why the heck is he willing to sacrifice me?
Guys, I fixed it. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good?
We're perfect now, Jer.
No one's
Let's
ever
start
said
again. You ready? Are you ready? We'll start again.
What? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're technically inept, but now we're not anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, the Suki and Scott show is back for a Wednesday. It's the quarantine edition. And look who's with us tonight. I did some searching. I went on one of those family tree things, and I found out that this man is indeed my father. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Springer.
Hurry up.
Welcome to
the
show.
Oh, man.
Jerry.
Yes. Oh, hey.
Jerry.
There's your beautiful daughter. Hey. Oh, hooray for Jerry. She should not know who I am, Mom.
She doesn't.
What are you
She's
doing?
just following my lead, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Good. Although she could watch Judge Jerry. That's family friendly.
So tell us how that's going, Jerry. You were
Yeah,
the
Jerry,
judge
talk
now.
about being a judge. Is that better than doing the Jerry Springer show?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first grown-up job I've had in 30 years. And so I get to, yeah, it's like I'm a real judge. I mean, we get real cases and I have to make a serious judgment, a serious decision at the end. So I joke around a little bit, but it's real work. It's a real job and I love doing it. I just love doing it.
What
And
was
it's the
the
first
wackiest-
time in my life the word honorable and Jerry Springer have been in the same sentence.
What was the wackiest case you had so far, Jer?
Oh, gosh, we've had 2,500 of them. 250 of them. I'm sorry. Well, we had this one case where this guy shot the neighbor's dog with a shotgun because he was scared of the dog. And it was a pit bull and the dog was barking. So he ran in the house, locked the door. Why did he lock the door? The dog didn't have a key. And he opened the window and he took out his shotgun and he shot the back legs off the dog. The dog lived.
Yeah.
It was horrible. So, that's one that sticks out. It's but, these are cases filed all around America. Every day we have people who look at every case that has been filed in this country. And if they find an interesting case, we call the plaintiff and the defendant and say, would you like to have your case adjudicated on national television with me as the judge? And if they say yes, we fly them to Connecticut and we try the case.
Like that. All right. All right.
Right there in Stamford, right?
Yes. Yeah. But right now,
Jerry, we were all supposed
we're
to
not
get
taping
together
right
because
now.
you're in Stanford. We were all
You what?
supposed to get together. You promised me we'd get together. We'd hang out, Scotty and I. Never happened, Jerry.
Well, first of all, how much would that cost me?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely
Are
pick
we
up the
talking
tab on
about
that one,
splitting
Jer.
the check?
It would cost.
She's got her calculator. Hold on. She's got her unicorn
Oh.
calculator.
She is adorable.
Hold on, Jerry.
Yeah.
Jer, this kid makes every broadcast. It's unbelievable. She's not
Yeah.
even union. She's not SAG-AFTRA, and she's making every broadcast.
She's going to be anchoring the news in no time.
Now, hell no, over my dead body there, Jerry. We're going to be doctors and lawyers and judges. That's
It
what
would
we're
be
going to be.
$69.
$69.
The meal is
There
going
you
to be
go.
69. Well, that's not too bad.
So, Jer,
Cheap,
listen,
cheap.
as a reasonable man, now the honorable Jerry Springer, I know Suk likes to get the coronavirus stuff out of the way and get it out there and the numbers and the disaster. And, what are your thoughts on this? Trump comes out and he says, we're going to have this thing wrapped up by Easter. We're all
By
going to be in
Easter.
church. And, the other politicians, they're saying we should sacrifice the elderly, Jer. Are we
Yeah.
ready to get rid of you yet to save the economy? I don't think so.
Yeah, I hope not. I'd kind of like to stick around for a few more years. But here's the deal.
Go ahead.
They hold these press conferences every evening or late afternoon.
Yes.
And the doctors come out and the scientists come out and they give us serious information that is difficult to take, but it's helpful
Yes.
because it'll save lives. And then you get the president coming on and says, we're going to get this economy moving again in 2 weeks. We'll be, by the second week in April, we'll be back on Easter Sunday. Everybody pack the churches. How can you pack a church if you're supposed to keep 6 feet from anybody?
Mhm.
I mean, what, and he's president of the United States. You can't go around telling people to do things that are going to make them sick and some people die. And everyone just kind of goes, well, that's Trump, laughing like it's a joke. But you may think he's a joke, but it's not funny what he's saying. On this stuff, he's just got to be quiet. We're not asking him to solve the crisis. Obviously, he doesn't know how to do that. But just go back to your room and be quiet and let the scientists and the doctors get us through this.
Well, do you trust Fauci? You trust what's happening and coming out of there, obviously?
Well, I trust science, and it looks like what they're suggesting seems to be working. When you look at the graph of what's going on in other cities, in other countries, it seems to be working. Initially, you have the great spike in cases. What do they say? Everyone that has it will infect between 2 and 3 more people.
Yeah.
That's the average. So all you don't have to be a mathematician to figure out that the few people within a week or two will become millions. So of course we've got to stay away from each other for the time being. And then hopefully we'll, in the meantime, we'll find a cure, hopefully.
Cher, what have you been doing during this quarantine period? You watching a lot of TV? Do you watch a lot of movies? What are you doing right now?
Well, my wife and I, we are, God bless her. She cooks 3 great meals a day. And
Thank you.
And yes,
Thank you
really,
for that.
Yeah, that's great. And then I'm reading the book on Grant, Ron Chernow's book on the biography of Ulysses S. Grant.
Ulysses S. Grant? Wow.
Yeah. So, and it's a tome because it's 960 pages, and I'm halfway through now. But I'm spending this time to really read books that normally I wouldn't get to read because of my job.
It's funny because I've been reading the biography of Shauna Grant. She's a former adult film star. It's a huge book, Jer. It's a
you didn't
huge
read.
book.
You just like the pictures. Yeah, you didn't read the article.
How
You just like
tactile
the
it is,
pictures.
Jerry. How tactile it is.
Yeah.
So you're not really.
Let
So
the
you're not.
fingers do the talking.
You're not a big TV guy right now, huh? You don't really like to watch it that much.
Well, I've never been. We watch television, we watch truthfully cable because we watch news and we watch sports, but there's no sports on now. And once in a while we watch movies. We love in terms of TV shows, we were addicted to Suits.
So good.
Oh man, was that great. So we're down to about the last 2 episodes of that. So we binge watch once in a while, but normally, and then I like old movies. So we watch the black and white movies on TCM.
And give me your thoughts on what would have been going down tomorrow, opening day, the hot dogs, the
baseball,
sunshine.
right?
That's the hardest for me because I just love the Yankees and so I'm going to miss that. But I'm starting to think we may not even have a season.
Could be.
Hopefully that this thing is done in about 2 or 3 months. But, how do you start a baseball season in the middle of August? Just run for 2 months. I think they may have to cancel the season.
It's crazy.
Can I ask you a question, Jerry? Do you even think about, just sort of the different sort of waves that Corona is going to cause, not only on the financial level and on the health level, but that this tsunami is going to kind of keep hitting us until we really find a vaccine. And that looks like it's about 18 months in all realistic terms that we're away from that. But there have been positive signs in terms of testing and quick testing and et cetera, but nothing close to a vaccine.
Right. It may be a year to 18 months to find a vaccine, which would be the preventative or the cure. But in the meantime, I think they will be able to get some combination of medicines that will be able to deal with the symptoms so that even though you get it, it won't be fatal. And it won't be so long lasting. So, hopefully they can get enough medicines in the meantime, just like with the flu, you don't cure it, but most people get through it. So I think that is what is the most realistic end game of the medical issue. I think the longer range issue is going to be, it's going to take an amazing amount of time for the economy to recover because certain jobs will be lost. And truthfully, people are finding different ways to do jobs. For example, school systems that are in economic trouble will start to say, you know what, we can probably teach quite a bit using the internet. In other words, we may more quickly, universities may decide that are running out of money. Universities may, go ahead.
I can see that happening on the university level where it could be e-learning. I mean, it is already astronomical to send your child to school, right?
Right.
So, I mean, unless you've declared your major, you're in the sciences or whatever, I think maybe freshman and sophomore year, I've always talked about this, that could probably be done on a cheaper level. And as you're getting closer to your, master's, PhD, doctorate, whatever,
Yes.
or if you want to, declare a major in psychology, whatever it is, then you do those 2 years and then you suck up the money. But
Right.
yeah, I do believe college will definitely go towards e-learning like they already have as it is. But I think on the
Yes.
grammar school front, my kids, they definitely need that interaction, that day to day, that's sort of that person looking over their shoulder. I mean, my kids got attention spans the size of a gnat, Jerry.
Yeah. And actually, as I was saying that, I realized for the younger children, that may not be practical because as a practical matter, mom or dad would have to stay home with them. And that means mom and dad can't work, which means all of a sudden there's less income coming into the family. And for many people that, they can't get by. They're already
impossible, Jerry. It is
it's
impossible to survive on one income
so you
in
couldn't
America today. It is virtually impossible. I mean, I could tell you firsthand. I mean, it's as good as it is, it's a struggle. It really is a struggle, and it's going to get worse as the economy gets worse. But I think we have to get America moving, and we have to wrap our hands around COVID-19. And I think the sooner the rest of the country sort of starts figuring this out, that this wave is coming. Like, what did you think about the Texas governor saying, let's kill all the old people? Like,
Kill all the old people. Kill them all, Jer.
Well,
they said that, he didn't say kill all the old people. He said, well, and I'm paraphrasing, that they could take a hit for the team.
Yeah, they'll sacrifice. They'll sacrifice.
Right now, I'd rather not take that much of a hit. I take that personally. I bruise real easy. And we don't get on our plot, we don't yet have the trees up. Our cemetery plot. So I don't want to go just yet.
They got you. Listen, I think you're building perpetuity, Jared. They got they'll take care of it when you're gone.
Jerry, what do you think about all the New Yorkers that are now fleeing and coming to Florida, but now they're going to, or other places around the country, but now they have to sort of quarantine themselves? Your thoughts on that?
Well, on the personal level, obviously that sounds horrible. And, but, this is the issue we ultimately have to deal with. It's like rationing. At some point, I remember during the 50s when I was growing up, we were talking about bomb shelters. And the question was, would you let your neighbors into the bomb shelter when there was only enough food for your own family? So now it's like people down here in Florida saying, oh man, all these New Yorkers are coming who are infected. In other words, they left, probably many of them already having the virus. And now they're getting off the plane and So
quarantine is necessary. Quarantine is necessary. They did that on Ellis Island. And we all remember that, right?
So I think I'm not saying you put up, what are we going to do? Put up walls around all 50 states? Gosh, Trump would love that.
No, just Boca, Jared. Just Boca. Just a wall around Boca.
See, I'm on the other side of the state.
Oh, okay. You're on the west side?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
in Sarasota. Yeah. I'm on the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, listen, you did your show for such a long, what was it? Was it 25 years or 20 years? Which one? I know we celebrated.
27 years.
27 years. I think you were on our morning show and it was 25.
Yes.
And so do you miss doing that format or do you love what you're doing now?
Well, it's more challenging doing what I'm doing now because it's a serious job.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. Obviously, it's given me this wonderful life. I love, I enjoy doing the Jerry Springer Show, but, it was a circus. It was stupid. And it was fun to do, but
don't say you can't say it was stupid. What are you, crazy?
Well, it was stupid. And if I said it was sensible, then I would be stupid.
Absolutely. But that's why everybody loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a circus. That's it. It wasn't anything horrible, and it didn't save anybody. It was just a silly show. It's kind of like chewing gum.
Do you feel, Jerry?
Yeah.
As Scotty and I have talked about this, that Governor Cuomo is acting very presidential.
Oh
thoughts
my
on that?
gosh, we had that discussion today. He should run for president. I mean, really, when you see him, forget who's ever partisan, either way, you see him talking to the American people, and then you see Trump talking to the American people. How does anybody, if these guys didn't have a label over their head, Democrat, Republican, how does anybody think that Trump could have a serious conversation with a guy like Cuomo? It's just, you're lying to yourself. You know, it's like, what's wrong with us? Why do we not care who our leaders are?
Are you a believer that, straight up head to head that Biden can take Trump in an election?
Well, it won't be, it's not Biden against Trump. It's Trump against Trump. This election will be a referendum on Trump. If Trump, by some miracle, gets up tomorrow and is a new person and becomes compassionate and caring and helps us get through this, then he would win. But if he continues as he's going, then people will vote against Trump. They will vote for a ham sandwich over Trump if they don't like it. You know what I mean? The election is about Trump. Anybody else is irrelevant. And so Biden is a safe candidate. He's not crazy. He's intelligent. He's been there. He won't blow up the country. So no one's going to be afraid to vote for Biden. People could be afraid to give Trump another 4 years, but they won't be. They may not love Biden. They may not, even have voted for him normally, but he's not dangerous.
Jerry, during this time, there's a craze called TikTok. And I know you got a grandson. Has he been teaching you how to TikTok at all, Jerry?
No, we just play tic-tac-toe.
There you go, Sue.
Yeah. I gotta go, Sue.
You do?
Actually, I gotta.
Okay. Jerry, I love you.
Jerry, we love you, pal.
We want to sing one song with you, Jerry. Give us your favorite song really quickly.
Oh, geez. What do you got, Jerry? A little Sinatra?
What's your favorite song, Jerry?
I would say Tennessee Waltz. Look at your face.
Tennessee Waltz.
Patty Page singing the Tennessee Waltz is probably my favorite song.
All
next
right.
to Elvis singing Love Me Tender.
Okay.
Hold on, Jerry.
Hold on, Jerry. Before you leave, we have to do this.
Yeah, I got it for you. Hold on.
You got the music, Love Me Tender?
Of course.
We got it for you, Jerry. Whether it works really well, we don't know, Jerry.
Wait, I gotta put my collar up in the back. Okay.
You hear it?
No.
You don't hear that, Jerry?
Is that me? Oh, I sang on your show.
This is you on our show.
Oh, it's bringing tears to my eyes.
Jerry, this is Elvis.
This is unbelievable.
Sounds just like you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
How do
Okay,
you know?
you got to do it for real now. Love me tender, love me. What?
Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, love me tender, love me true, never let me go.
Wow, he sounds just like him.
Oh, my darling, I love you, and I always will.
Oh, baby. Keep going.
Oh, me sweet, all my dreams fulfill. Oh, my darling, I love you, and I always will.
Man, oh man.
How do you know that Elvis wouldn't have sounded exactly like that at 76?
You're right.
You sound just like him. Jerry Springer, ladies and gentlemen.
See you guys. I love you. We'll do it again.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry. We love you. Stay safe. Stay safe. Give our love to your grandson.
Love me true.
Thank
All
you so
my
much, Gary.
dreams fulfill.
That was great. He's amazing.
Yeah,
Can I
so-
tell you that?
So we try to upload this onto Facebook Live. It was supposed to be so easy.
It
And
wasn't.
it went right up to YouTube. But I wanted it on Facebook Live.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get
It's
it.
not
We'll get
happening.
it. We'll test it. I mean, it kept going and it said cannot stream on Facebook Live right now. We can't catch a technical break. Well, listen, we got
You know what?
we got guests lined up, Sue.
We're figuring this out, and more likely, I have to say you're figuring this out. So listen.
We've got guests lined up. You want to know who we got coming on?
Yeah, hook it up, Scotty.
We got guests coming up. We got Sid Rosenberg on Friday from the Bernie and Sid show. We got Ken Salas, the illusionist. Remember the illusionist who came on our show, Ken?
Oh yeah, he did all the cool tricks.
He's coming on tomorrow night. He's going to do some up close magic for us. We already got Steve Sharippa from the Sopranos book for next week.
Did you ever try his sauce, his tomato sauce?
Yep, Uncle Steve's sauce. We did it all. But I wanted to be on Facebook Live. I don't know if anybody's seeing us on YouTube. I put the links up on everybody's pages. So we'll see. We'll see how this worked. Jerry was great. And all the A-list celebrities are gonna, they all want to be on our show. So we gotta, what are we gonna do? We gotta let them on, right?
Listen, who needs a quarantine when you've got Suki and Scott? Stay indoors, grab a beer, have a glass of wine. 7 o'clock. That's how we do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it at 7. That seems to be the case. All right, so listen, we'll do it again tomorrow. Enjoy your quarantine. I'm eating like a cow, and I just can't stop. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep eating, and hopefully, I don't chunk it up.
All right, my friend. See you later. Have a good,
All right,
good
babe.
night. Bye, Scotty. Love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.